10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome again, everyone, to my YouTube channel. And in our Womancial Advice segment, we'll be focusing on the theme Secret Ways to Budgeting. This is part 2. Guys, stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, leave a comment below, and let's get into it. Ready? Let's go.
Hi everyone, thank you again for tuning into my YouTube channel. I'm your host Kyla Wright, and here with me in part 2 of our Womancial Advice segment under the theme Secret Ways to Budgeting is none other than Jossette Jolly, financial advisor. Hi Jossette. So we left off on our second topic, how to budget and stay consistent in budgeting. And you were telling us about how to prioritize or differentiate our wants from our needs. And that is very important because a lot of us, we really don't know the difference. And we choose to focus more on what we want over what we actually need until circumstances hit where we have to focus on our needs rather than our wants. But we can't wait until it is too late. We definitely have to get it together. So if you could just take us back to what you were talking about.
All right, so I was saying to you guys, you have to know and understand your wants from your needs. You know, your needs, these are things that you need to survive.
Right.
You need light, you need water, you need food. People that have to drive to work every day, or people that travel on the road a lot, say you have a budget for gas. You have that type of stuff. So those are your needs. Your wants is like you walking past a store and you see a shoe and you decide randomly that you're gonna buy a shoe because you see it and you want it. You don't need it at the time, but you just see it look nice and you say, oh, I want it, I'm going to buy it. No, we have to cut that out, especially if the allocation that you make towards your personal self is already over budget. No, you're just going to have to wait until another time. Or I always tell people I like a good sale. Like, sales save you a lot of money, especially women that love to shop like myself. Always just wait until there's a sale. You get more things for a little bit of money. So
Jossette, I like that you mentioned that. I remember around Christmas time, I wanted a Beyonce Heat perfume, which was a couple years back. And the next year, which was January, New Year's time, I went to the Indian store because she have lovely perfumes. And I went to her and I'm like, how much is your Beyonce Heat for? And she's like, the price that she gave me, sweetheart, compared to what Beyonce Heat actually costs. My mind was blown. I'm like, give it to me, come give me. So I know exactly what you mean, because imagine paying for a Beyonce Heat perfume at the actual price, at the original price. You can't afford it. And after Christmas and spending all of those gifts, and you want to spend on yourself now in the New Year's, and you don't want to, be completely broke, at least you have that special price, as you mentioned.
So, that's why, especially people that like to shop online a lot, look out for the sales overseas. You have 4th of July, you have Labor Day, you have Thanksgiving, you have Black Friday. Always look
so out. We need to put our budget, we need to have that probably like holidays in our calendar, or
allocate it to yourself. So remember, we were speaking earlier about putting money aside in the budget for yourself, so you can do your hair, or you can get some clothes or whatever. You can allocate that towards your budget. You would have already done it. But just because you allocate $50,000 no means that you must spend that $50,000. Sometimes you can let that money roll over. That's why I said sales are very nice, because you can allocate $500 US for yourself, and you go and you find a nice sale and you end up spending only $200. and still get pretty much everything that you had your eyes on. So that's what I mean. You can just allocate it to your personal budget, to yourself in your budget. I don't know what you guys would call it. My money or my time, or find a fun name to put it towards and stuff like that, and just always look out for yourselves, because you save more money either way.
Mm-hmm. I like that you mentioned look out for the holidays too, because as you said, sales and specials and all of those things, they do come around those holiday period. So women, it's a good, I like how you really break it down for a woman's want, and make it relatable. Because we live in the real world, we're human beings, and we do have these special things.
You have to enjoy it at some point in time. You can't be making all of this money and not enjoying it. Right. But especially people that love to travel, you do the same thing with traveling. You find out when it's the cheapest seasons or the more affordable seasons to travel, and with that happening, that hotel prices are going to be a little bit cheaper. Food is probably going to be a little bit cheaper, or you find some countries to go where it's not too far away from where you're from. The plane fare might be a little bit cheaper. So you work that into your budget until you're able to spend more money. So always look for those little tips and tricks. Even if you find a travel agent, tell them, listen, I have a budget of XYZ. What can I get? I want to have a good time, but this is my budget. Let them help you. Them can work it out.
I wonder how many of us actually do that, what Jossette just mentioned. What Jossette mentioned, people, is very important in a woman. It is very important. I wonder how many of us do this.
I'm going on vacation. My vacation is planned at least a year and a half in advance.
Wow. I am not. Wow.
I am not. Wow. I am not a last minute vacation type of person. I am not.
Itinerary and everything.
Yes. I have and I plan it from way ahead, so it is cheaper for me, especially for hotels in Jamaica. If I know, say I want to go to a hotel next year for my birthday is in September. I know, say I want to go for my birthday next year. My accommodation booked from January start this year. Or if it's a situation where you have some properties that allow you to reserve your booking, and then when you get to the property, you pay for it, you do that, because at the end of the day, the rate is still going to be way cheaper than what you're going to be paying a year from now. Right?
It's like we're jumping into our third topic, and it's like we're tackling having fun, because I like how you mentioned you wait until a year. You basically give yourself a year in advance, basically.
And it's in advance. So you can know, say, all right, then this is the money I'm putting aside monthly to pay for that vacation when I get there. So by the time you reach at the hotel, you already have the money to spend. You can easily just pay for your room, and you still have money in case anything should happen to you. So
you can still enjoy your life even though you plan them.
The only way I think it makes sense to plan a vacation last minute is if it's an off season wherever you're going. Right? That's the only way I think it makes sense. Or if you were saving up the money and you have a good amount of money, and you can be like, okay, then I have this money put on somewhere, I can just treat myself. But if you really and truly don't have the money, you just can get up last minute and go on a vacation, that makes absolutely no sense at all. No sense whatsoever. Yeah. And guys, please don't be one of those people that take out loans to go to holiday weekends and stuff like that. You're just putting yourself in more debt. If you cannot afford it, stay home.
Don't go. Exactly. I believe that. That's true. Definitely. Don't broke yourself and put yourself in debt to go on vacation.
Stay home. I can promise you that the event is going to come back bigger and better. Like, stay home. Don't fall into the hype, and don't make your friends them dry you out and whatever. Remember, your lifestyle may be completely different from your friend's lifestyle, and a lot of people have certain things in place that they don't talk to their friends about. So you probably here sitting thinking that you and John in the same lane when it comes on to your finances. No, John probably have him pension, him have multiple investments going on, him have 7 streams of income. John is good. John can afford to live like that. You can't. So stay home. If you can't afford it, stay home. And don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to say no.
Exactly. I like how you touch on that because this is what our generation is all about. The hype, the like, the trend on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, wanting to look like this, wanting to look like that, faking the lifestyle, and you don't have it. And then when you're at home now, you're so hungry, also developing your stomach because you spend everything like God in the can't do that. At the end of the day, you're a human being. Stop allowing social media and the lifestyle of others, as Jossette said, who are not in your lane, to make you kill off yourself. For what?
Yourself in debt.
For what? Human being now become a trend. Your entire body become a trend. Everything. That's crazy.
So just be careful, guys. You have to be very meticulous when you're doing these things. Like a budget is not just writing down things on paper. You're literally thinking about what it is that you're doing with your money. Plain and simple. You can either let money determine what you do. That is, you can either make money run your life, or you can tell your money what to do. Which one you're going to choose? How is it that you want to utilize this tool that is given to you every single time you work? Make it run your life and run you into debt and make it broke. Or you decide to listen money me until you say, why you go do some investments and that type of stuff. So you guys really and truly have to take control of your life and your finances. It is not hard. Yes, it can be difficult at first, especially if you're not used to structure when it comes on to your money, but you have to do it, especially if you want to survive in Jamaica, because the cost of living is ridiculous.
Thank you so much for saying that, because Jamaica economy, people,
it's ridiculous.
You don't understand persons abroad. You don't understand how this economy is really ridiculous to live in. It really is. And I'm glad, because see, somebody in the financial industry can point or say, I mean, you don't even have to be in that industry. Just being in Jamaica and living in the Jamaican economy tells you that it is hardly livable. And so this is the point where you definitely have to budget because of the type of state that the economy is in. It's terrible.
It brings me to another very important point that I've been dying to say. Do not overestimate your budget. Don't do that, especially entrepreneurs or people who get paid by commission, people that don't get a salary, basically. They tend to overestimate the budget. So when you're talking to somebody and you're trying to get their finances in order for them, and you're like, okay, so how much money does your business make? Them can say, oh, my business can make $500,000 a month. How you know that? How you know your business can make $500,000 a month? And when you ask them, them say, because it happened already. But has it been happening consistently?
I like that.
$500,000 this month, and the next month make one.
We are prophets, Jossette.
You understand?
We are prophets. And prophetesses. That is what it is.
What I suggest is, for example, in the earlier time frame where you would have started out your business, I always say budget for the lowest amount that you've ever earned. So if when you started out your business, you were just earning, let's say, $150,000 consistently until you were able to probably change up your marketing style or whatever, and your business just take off after that. Always budget for that $150,000 monthly, because you were able to survive with that for a very long time, right? So you would have already had a system in place to say, okay, right now my business only making $150 consistently, so this is what the $150 will cover and give me a little bit of money left out of the $150. Always work with that figure. Even when you start making up to $1 million, always work with that figure, because at any given time, something can happen in your business and you fall right back to that $150. Right? So never, ever, ever overestimate your budget. No matter how much money it is that you're making, that figure that you were consistently making, the lowest figure that you were consistently making, always, always, always try to at least see if you can make that figure. because you would have already created a certain lifestyle around it, a certain discipline around it. So you already know what that 150 can take care of you for the month. And you know how to survive with the 150. The extra money that you're making, invest it. Take it and reinvest it in your business so that even though you're making that amount of money, you can consistently continue to make that money. Right? So rule of thumb, a lot of people make that mistakes, especially when they're young and them just starting out a business and them see them make $600,000 3 months consecutive. Okay. Suppose something happen, what will happen? Suppose your products get delayed by shipping. What are you gonna do? How is it that you're gonna manage for the month? Right? So always be careful with that. Don't ever overestimate your budget, ever. And when I was speaking about, when you make more money, you need to allocate it differently, guys. You have to put this in your budget. You need to allocate for life insurance, critical illness, income protector. Critical illness is your income protector. You need to allocate for an emergency fund. You need to do your pension. People, if you're working for an agency or a company and you're not contributing to a pension scheme, you need to go and take it up for yourself. Don't depend on companies to do that for you. Don't. So you need to be contributing towards a pension. You need to at least be contributing towards health insurance. So God forbid you get sick, you can save money. If you have a health card, yes, it can be expensive monthly, but it is worth it. It is way better because if you get sick last minute, you probably don't have $50,000 right now to visit the doctor and fill prescription. But if you have a health card, you probably only spend like $5,000. So you have to somewhere in your budget allocate for these things because they're very, very, very important. It's not just food and light and water and those things that we're talking about. These things come hand in hand as well. Because if you don't have these things in place, it can eat away at your income severely if anything should happen to you. So you have to always allocate these things in your budget. It don't matter how much it is, start small. Talk to a financial advisor and ask them to help you set up your portfolio so you know how to allocate it in your budget, but you have to have these things in place. Right?
Agreed. And I like that you touch on entrepreneurs as well, because I don't think it's just persons who work 9 to 5 or the ones who are the
once you're
for not budgeting and all of that.
Once you're getting an income, you have to have a budget. Once money is going through your hands or going through your banking system, you need a budget because you have to understand where the money going. You have to understand it. And I will always say this, guys, invest. Saving.
You see how much time Jossette stressed it? From part 1, Jossette has been stressing it,
Invest the money, guys. Saving is not it. It is not it at all. Put your money in an environment where it thrives. Put it in an environment where it grows and it has fun growing.
And as you touch on that, Jossette, I wonder if persons know that investment and allowing your money to thrive doesn't necessarily mean you're going to do Forex or crypto trading or any of those things. It can mean that you have a house, you have it for Airbnb, you rent it, and probably even like you put a car on the road, a taxi. You have it, but the driver
continue to work over here, and that in turn gives you multiple streams of income. A lot of people don't know that we're supposed to have minimum 7 multiple streams of income. 7. In order to actually fully, really and truly survive, we're supposed to have 7 streams of income. Some people just have 1. Always find a way to increase your income so that you can invest more.
How do we pencil that out though to have 7 streams?
It is possible. If you have a great support system around you and you have a great team who can manage your businesses for you, then it can work. for example, if you start out a business now, you know that most of the things you're the one who's gonna have to get it done. But think about this. Say for instance, you have a 9 to 5 and you just start a business on the side, right? At some point in time, if you sell clothes, at some point in time, if it's an online business, you're gonna have to hire somebody to help you to pack the orders. You're gonna have to hire somebody to deal with customer service. You're gonna have to hire somebody to do social media management, simply because you know that they're better at it and it helps you to make your business grow. Because why would I continue to kill up myself to go on my Instagram business page every day to constantly sit and answer clients when I can hire somebody to do that and continue to focus on something else to add to the business to make it grow?
So basically the 7 streams of income would be probably you have to put yourself out there and have probably several types of businesses or get yourself involved in several other things that can allow you to gain that income to be able to meet that 7 streams.
Because at some point in time, you're gonna have to hire help. Look at how these celebrities do it. Look at Rihanna. Rihanna had an idea. She wanted to do makeup, she wanted to do lingerie, and she started it. And then eventually she hired people. She hired a marketing team. She just sit and give her ideas as to what she wants, how she wanted to look, the type of emotion she wants to evoke from her customers when they see her product, when they use her products. She sit and she delegates, even though yes, it's her company. She's paying you guys to help her company to grow because she's focusing on something else, or she wants to leave this company alone so it's managed on its own so she can start another stream of income. And that's what they continue to do. Is like a domino effect. Them start them business, them get a strong team to help them to manage that business, and they continue to go.
I like that, because that would be good for entrepreneurs too.
Yes.
Because if it is that you own a business and you really want to start out on something else, because as you said, you want to get additional income from somewhere else, and that's something that you like to do, and but you find yourself so pressurized because you're the only one doing this thing in the business. You're trying to hold up that money for yourself, so you're just doing everything in the business rather than, as you said, getting persons and hiring them to do certain things.
You want your Instagram, your business page to look a certain type of way, or you want your website to look a certain type of way. You know that number one, you don't have the time to sit and do all of those things. Number two, whereas you may have the ideas of how you want it to look, you really and truly don't know how to make it look that way. Hire somebody to do that for you. Because think about it, when you spend probably $10,000 to hire a graphic artist or somebody to manage your page, at the end of the day, when the page looks good and the page is interactive, people are going to spend money. So you're basically paying, you basically have that marketer on payroll basically, because now you can actually afford to pay her consistently because of the work that she's doing for you.
That is true, and that's a lesson to a lot of entrepreneurs, and even for myself, that message just hit on a whole nother level, because at times you want to learn everything in the business that you're in, and to learn this skill set and that skill set so you can make this done, as you said, the graphic, even with YouTube, you want to be able to know how you do your thumbnail, you want to be able to know how to do this, you want to be able to know how to do that, and you want to just grab into all of it.
The YouTubers, as much as they want to know how to get it done, even if they attempt to do it, they can't do it properly. So they have to hire somebody to edit them videos so them videos can look a certain type of way. Them have to hire people,
vloggers.
So they hire help. You have some YouTubers, when them reach a certain point in them career, them stop walking around with the camera themselves, them hire cameraman. Them hire a cameraman.
Yeah.
Them hire somebody to walk around and do the video for them. Them just walk and talk and show everybody what they want to see. At some point in time, their business grew and they realized that, hey, I can actually afford to help to take on somebody to come and help me to make my brand even bigger. So it is okay to have 7 streams of income. It's gonna be hard at first, but if you can continuously find a set of people who are dedicated to helping your business grow and have your best interest at heart when it comes onto your business, then you shouldn't have a problem with starting up your incomes and going. Yes, sometimes you need capital, but start off small. When you look at some YouTube videos of people, women who sell hair bundles or hair extensions, a lot of them will tell us that when they started out, they never had money to buy hair in bulk. Some of them say them used to just buy 3 bundles and sell it. And when them sell the 3 bundles, the money that them get from that, them take time and buy 4. And then them take time and buy 5 until they realize that people started gravitating towards them and they were able to get more money to buy more products. Start off small.
That I like that, guys. You see, this financial advice segment or womancial advice segment is really for the public. And see, your very own host, it is hitting her personally. So because I am in the same field with the whole YouTube thing, and this whole idea came about, as I said, from a passion, but just said no, have me thinking, try and tackle multiple streams of income, but eventually I will get there, but because you have to grow first. But it's good that she gave that example with the hairstylists or persons who do hair, and they start off with the 3 bundles and whatever they make, so gradually grow and then be able to branch off.
I always say this, there's a reason why people keep joining a certain industry, or there's a reason why people gravitate towards something that a lot of people doing. It making money. If it wasn't making money, a lot of people wouldn't be doing it. You think if YouTube wasn't making money, people would be doing YouTube, just walking around every day trying to figure out content to put on this page for people to watch?
Yeah, you do. Like, it's a job. Like, literally, it's a job.
But it is well. So people go the extra mile to be like, okay, it is hard to post every day, but we have to try.
Yeah.
So sometimes when you tell people your ideas and you say, oh, for example, mega sell here. Why you gonna sell here and so much people are sell here? There's a reason why so much people doing it. They are making money.
And to get yourself, people also do YouTube as well. People, even some persons literally are YouTubers. I just mentioned, these people are posting videos like crazy.
Every
but
day.
Then you have persons who want to get their businesses out there, like the hairstylist that just mentioned, which this platform would allow for more persons, because YouTube is a platform that everybody around the entire globe watches. So you don't only have to sell in Jamaica, you start shipping abroad. Right. So, people use YouTube for various, ways. It's a very beautiful platform to really.
And people go on YouTube to watch the strangest things. So to me, you will always have somebody that you will find that is interested in your videos. You have people that go on YouTube to watch other people play video games.
No, you do.
Yeah, people.
It's so. It's a work for some persons.
To watch
it
people
really is
outside.
It really is a whole work.
To watch people live in tree houses. They have a lot of people.
Just why it seems like you're watching somebody's video.
No, but I'm telling you, YouTube. A lot of people on YouTube, they watch the strangest things, so you will always have an audience. Just find something that's gonna set you apart from everybody else.
It's true. And when you have a passion and you want to come on YouTube is that platform as well. I like YouTube, basically what the platform does, because I have this passion to help women, and of course, there are other avenues other platforms that I can use, but to get across the entire globe and have a lot of persons watching, or eventually have a lot of persons watching, I think YouTube is the best place to start to push this passion and to push this movement, women empowerment movement, because our world, especially Jamaica, people, you don't want to know what women have to go through in Jamaica and what women are being faced with in Jamaica, especially currently in our country, the crime rate. Not pretty. So this is definitely a way to push that movement. So it was strained a little bit, but yeah. Yeah, definitely a good platform. You can use it for work purposes and putting out your business out there.
A lot, yeah. And guys, I have one final point. And it's so simple. Be realistic. Be realistic. You're not gonna be able to fit everything in a budget. Some things are just not gonna be able to make the cut until next year, and that is fine. It's okay. It will get done. It just can't happen now because you have to take care of things that are more important before you can get to that bridge. So just be realistic with yourself. Sit down if you know that you're in a position where you seriously need to budget and allocate your money, because you realize that every time you get paid, the money just disappears. No, you actually need to sit down and be realistic with yourself and write down every single thing that you need to be budgeting for, especially if you are in debt. You're not supposed to have fun right now. You're supposed to be clearing off that debt. After you clear out your debt and you have a little extra money, then you can go have fun. You can go celebrate your victories. But right now, you need to sit and focus and think about what it is that you're really doing with this money. So just be realistic with yourself. It's okay. It is okay. And consistently check your budget. Don't just create the budget and just put it down for it to look pretty and make it gather up dust. Continuously reevaluate your budget, update your budget. That's the only way that you're going to learn what is working and what is not working for you. Plain and simple.
Absolutely. All right, just sorry. Yes. All right, just said so. We're going to. I really love this second topic, by the way. Really eye-opening, and as I said, it helped even myself to really think a lot more about the different moves that I can make. So thank you so much for that, Jossette. We're going to move to our last topic, which I know Jossette touched a little bit on while we're speaking about the second topic. We are going to talk about how to budget and have a fun vacation or time. Jossette said she planned her vacation a year in advance. A year in advance. So yeah,
I plan a year in advance, and especially if it's a situation where I want to go to the country, I look at the cheapest Caribbean islands to go to. I know Panama is very good. Find some nice places to go that are cheap and reasonable. You can still fit it into your budget. And guys, take the time to actually plan for your vacations. Don't just say, oh, I want to go somewhere in December, and say you never did really and truly did a budget for it, and you don't even have money allocated for that, and you just have to get up in December and spend this bag of money. What happened January? What happened February?
You see, people, you see, just say, don't even say, oh, there's some places in Jamaica. She's taking you out. She said Panama. Just as
No, but I said,
and you see, and she's giving you ideas.
Jamaica. You guys want to go to hotels for December? Say in December them hike up them prices. Try book your hotel from in March.
But what I'm saying though, just say the fact that you can mention Panama and say to look at places and the time frame of when you can go to these places. I mean, you don't. Sometimes persons want to go outside of the country, as just said, rightfully mentioned, with our bougie self, right?
Have a group of friends that like to travel like you.
Yeah, and she's giving you those tips.
Cheaper.
Like,
it is cheaper. It is cheaper. You get to have more fun and you spend less money because you have at least 5-6 people that can chip in and help take off a load of other expenses, so everybody benefit. But then again, and they must still plan that in advance as well, because you don't want closer to the time somebody say, listen, I don't have the money. No. So plan in advance and sit and do your research. There are a lot of hidden gems out there that don't cost a lot of money. They don't cost a lot of money. So just sit and do your research and plan from way in advance. Don't just get up last minute and say you're going on vacation. Vacation takes money. It takes a lot of money, especially if you decide to go overseas. A lot of people just take up themselves and travel gone to these foreign countries, and some of them don't even have travel insurance. If something happened to you over there, your flight get delayed or it get canceled or a storm happen over there.
You see, people only need to take out on a book and pen. You what just said travel insurance.
Yes.
That is so important. I don't think we think about
Or
this,
if
which is why we need a financial
about
advisor.
But if you go overseas and you get food poison, you get sick, you have to go in the hospital, where are you going to get that money from? So a lot of people doing these things and they don't sit and think about the extra cost that may come along with it. Travel insurance.
You see how important this conversation is?
It's not expensive, but it saves you a lot of money that you just never budget for. People just think, say, well, I pay for my flight, I pay for my room, I already know how I'm going to get around, so I already plan for that, like I rent a car, or I stay at an all-inclusive, so I plan out my food money. Okay, God forbid you leave the hotel and a storm come in and you get stuck in that country. What are you gonna do? The airport said them can only put you up at a hotel for 2 nights. The storm not going past until a week time. Where are you getting that extra money from?
Exactly. I'm so happy that Jossette is touching on all of this. We are running out of time, people, but this topic, this theme, this discussion is very important. We have roughly a minute left to finish up this topic, but guys, I want you women, I want you to see how important this is. Jossette touch on travel insurance and getting in food poisoning, God forbid. We're not trying to say that that's going to happen, but these are things that we have to, I'm not even just saying you like I'm excluding myself. These are things that we have to factor in, and these are things that are very important. So even if we can't have a whole lengthy conversation on all of this, it is clear that Jossette, even though as she's mentioned in part 1, people think that she's a baby, or look at her like she's a baby. This lady is hitting facts, and very important facts of lifestyle and budgeting. So I've left her details in our description box below. So make sure you call her, because we don't have that much time, people. But Jossette is amazing, and she is intelligent, she's educated in this field, and she loves her craft. She loves her craft.
I do.
And I respect that about Jossette. It is commendable, Jossette. You made me have to reconsider, start thinking, and brainstorming and going back to the drawing board to really, analyze my life.
Don't worry, I'll help you. I will help you.
Analyze my life. Jossette is amazing, guys, and I definitely recommend her. So
thank you.
Her details are in the description below, so make sure you check her out. Email her on her work email. She is a financial advisor at Sagicor, and she's definitely able to help you. She's able to give you these tips and tricks. You're definitely in great hands. Not just in good hands, but excellent hands.
Don't worry, guys.
So Jossette, thank you again. I'm happy that you're here with us. I'm happy that you have graced us with your wonderful presence and your knowledge. Thank you so much, Jossette.
Anytime.
All right, guys, we're tuning out. So I will see you in our next segment. Which one will that be? You'd have to stay tuned. So thank you guys again for tuning into my YouTube channel. See you in our next segment. Bye.